Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I make lifestyle and fashion content. I post as often as I can. So this week's video is gonna be a Q&A, but I'm high, so I'm gonna just keep getting higher and higher throughout the video. This is gonna be hilarious. I'm so excited to do this. I asked you guys questions, I don't know how many days ago that was, on my Instagram. So before we get started, I'm gonna start hitting it.
3 hits later.
So let's get into the first question. Somebody said the story behind your OnlyFans. I posted that I was starting an OnlyFans like I think a week ago, but I am starting an OnlyFans. I am basically just gonna be doing my pole dancing content. It's gonna be like aesthetic pole dancing content. It's not gonna be like porn. I like looking at pole dancers. I don't look at it as like a sexual thing. I look at it as like an artistic thing. So like, even though like some of them do be up there in like thongs and like bras, which is probably what I'm gonna be wearing, I don't view it like sexually. So I decided to start an OnlyFans for it because men or other people in general view it sexually. So it's like, why not make money off of this? Like, and my friend from North Carolina asked this question, bruh. This nigga said, you gonna be strapping hoes on your OnlyFans or nah? This nigga said straight, he said, let's get straight to the point. Like, put her there, let me know now. Like,
exactly.
Cause it's like, he was my friend for 2 years and he only see me messing with women. So he's like, I need to see this. Like, actually, this nigga, bruh. This nigga Aries too, bruh. Aries men, bruh. Next question. So, favorite high memory. Damn, that's a good question. Okay, given the fact that I'm high right now, I'm gonna just say the first time that I was ever high. 12th grade, I was just about to, it was that time right towards the end of the school year where you kind of get out of school early. Teachers, you know, slacking, like they don't really care about what you're doing. You just chilling with your friends, stuff like that. And I was actually with like the first girl that I ever like loved on some shit. It was just a euphoric experience. Like, I didn't understand. That was my first time, so I just didn't know what to expect. And it felt like I had been like dipped in Vaseline. It just felt like everything was super thick. Does that make sense? First time getting high, I guess that was my favorite from what I can remember currently. Favorite snacks and drinks, I guess, I don't want to say Oreos just because they're vegan, but I do like original Lay's chips, I guess. I do like that. I was eating that in my last high video. Actually, I do like those chips because they're vegan. And they're also really good. Like, as a kid, I was like passing on them. I was like, bro, give me the hottest, most red 60, you know, flavor you got. Like, I want some crazy chicken and waffles chips. But, you know, the older you get. What's some life goals you hope to accomplish? Okay, so the first one that I would think is my poetry book being published by a particular publishing house. But yeah, that's like something that I've been like just dreaming about since I was like 16. And I guess doing van life and traveling as much as I can, just taking advantage of the world around me. There's so much out there in general. Like, there's so much out there. And we thought the United States was cute. Like, we was like, oh yeah, we're first world. Like, everybody want to come visit us because of LA and like stuff like, but the rest of the world is beautiful and we undermine it. So I have to see it. I have to see it, you know. I talked about doing van life on my channel also, like just vaguely, but that's gonna be something that I have to do, van life. I gotta do it for like a year or so. How long did it take to grow on YouTube? It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. I've been doing YouTube since 2015. Like, I was a child. I feel like my first video ever got like 40,000 views, and it was of me driving for the first time. People thought that video was hilarious. I don't know why. It was very poorly shot. I didn't know what I was doing, and it also wasn't even on this channel here. It was on my vlog channel. But yeah, so I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and it's so crazy because the moment I stopped like overthinking about when am I gonna have that video that does hella numbers, like instead of thinking about when that's gonna happen, I stopped one day and then it happened. And it's crazy. Like, I be thinking about sometimes how people's lives literally just be changing overnight, and that's just crazy. Like, niggas be going to sleep with a song on SoundCloud that got like 500 views, and then the next morning, like, the biggest producers are hitting them up like folks' lives be changing overnight. That's why it's just like, you can't never undermine the fact that something can happen. Because it's just like, literally anything is capable of happening, and that's the craziest thing about this life. Like, we can literally manifest anything. And do you have any tips for YouTubers starting out? Consistency. I hate it because I feel like I'm about to sound like every other YouTuber out there, but I feel like having something that's very, like, if you're gonna do like makeup and beauty, have a crazy personality. Like, base your makeup when you beat your face like off of like a story, like your craziest high memory, you know what I mean? So, you know, be like unique about it. Because the thing that like the thing that I like the most is that I noticed that when I did have that video that did a lot of views, I gained a lot of subscribers. I like the fact that I knew that they subscribed because of my personality. It's like, I don't think you guys think that I'm gonna keep making videos about Bell's palsy. So like, have something about yourself that makes you stand out. And if you feel like you don't stand out, that also works too. Exactly. Because of Kelly Stamps. Like, do you know who Kelly Stamps is? You might not know who she is, but I know a lot of y'all gonna know who she is. It's like, she probably thought that she was just the most blandest like person like ever, right? Because people probably told her that she was, and then she blows up off of her like quirky ass personality. It's very interesting to me. Like, the internet can literally take anybody and like make them a star. Yeah, you just gotta believe in yourself, bro, because like I said, y'all can literally manifest anything into your reality. There's no limits on any of this at all. And it's like, stop thinking that there is. People like idolize like how much it is, like $100,000 like to make in a year, like 6 figures, right? But it's like, you can make way more than that. Like, not to say that that's a big amount, right? But you can literally be a bill. I mean, ideally you wouldn't like, you know, like exploit other people, right? And like, you know, do all that crazy stuff billionaires be doing. But like, you can, your everybody else's idea of this is making it does not have to be yours. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? The weirdest thing I've ever eaten, I would really want to say something vegan, but it's like, we really have fake eggs. Like, think about that. Like, they really like genetically like did something to imitate. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy to me when I really think about it. It's dope. Like, I'm not gonna second guess it. Like, especially if it says soy free. Man, that's a good product right there. What's your favorite thing about living in Georgia? Now that I live in the city, it's just like, oh my God, it's so much networking opportunities out here. Like, anywhere I go, you just see cool people. If you want to visit Atlanta, like, someplace you should go, like, if you're into like, you know, like real cool smooth shit, is Little Five Points. But Little Five Points is just like an area where if you walk down there, especially on a weekend, you're bound to see somebody that's just like, yo, I want to be your friend. Like, what's up? Like, I love it over there because every time we go, we meet new people, like different kinds of people too. Like, we be meeting nudists. Like, you just like, it's just so cool over there. When did you realize YouTube was really something you wanted to do? I always knew that I wanted to be known for something. On my paternal side, it's like a lot of like theatrics over there. So like, my dad is a singer. Other people in my family were making it big and like areas like that. So I always felt like I was like meant for people to know my name. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but you know, I figured out that YouTube, it was just something that I just liked doing. And I always had like this big personality even when I was a kid. So yeah.
3 hits later.
For the Texas man, like, this is grade A gas. Like, this is amazing weed. Sir, like, I appreciate you, bro. Real smooth of you to come out so late. Like, what's your favorite childhood memory? I don't know. At this point, I can't really remember much. My favorite childhood memory, I really don't know. It has to have been probably that time I went to Nickelodeon Studios, because that was lit. That was hard. Okay, right? Why did they shut it down? Like, crazy. So the Nickelodeon Hotel was far. I did a Hannah Montana fashion show. Yeah, I should find the pictures for y'all. Like, be like, yep, this bitch was destined for greatness. The way she walked down the aisle, nigga. But yeah, wow, that's like something that I haven't thought about in like years. Oh my God, yeah, that was a fun trip. Who inspires you when it comes to fashion? Oh, I have a whole entire, let me look it up. I have a whole entire fashion Instagram account. Like, no one follows it, like, cause I put it on private. I don't want anybody to see it because I just be looking at inspo on there. Let me tell y'all some of my favorites. Faith Harper. If y'all know Nava, oh my God. Esme was my favorite. Oh, I want her to dress me so bad. Your girl Neens. She makes a lot of good fashion content. I like Julia Dang. Like they be stepping. Like they just be stepping. Lane Cobain. I like her. Yeah, Hot Cheeto Queen. Like it's just so dope. Like I just love looking at the way that they dress. So they're really big icons of mine because they just be stepping. Like wow, all the time. Do you like studs, fam? Fems or stems, what's your preference? I am actually like laughing right now.
Yeah.
I just, cause you said what's our preference? Oh my God, and I don't want to say this because it's like so stereotypical, but I like studs. I tend to be more attracted to studs, but like stems, like, yeah, they're real nice too. Cash Page, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's where it's she is so fucking fine. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Do you find her attractive?
No. No, sir.
I just like that masculine energy because I have it as well. I can dress very masculine, and sometimes I haven't done it fairly recently because I've been like mad Kundalini energy, but I do like to switch it up. So I like somebody who can switch it up as well. Cash Page is really where it's at. Like if y'all, I can't give you any better representation from somebody I would be attracted to if it's not Cash Page. What's the most wildest thing you've ever did? Fuck on a school bus.
Hey yo, for real?
Y'all, it's a whole nother day. I don't know what happened to the footage, but something happened. It's whatever. I'm already off 3 edibles. So we've still got this theme going on here, you know? Let's just get back into these questions. How do you truly get over someone? You gotta put yourself first. Like literally become the main character, or at least that's what I did. I know that when I was working on myself, it made things a lot easier because it's like, how am I gonna do this all for myself and try to be with somebody who is not on that same vibration? They're not trying to come up the same way that I am, and therefore this relationship does not serve me because I know that if I continue trying to make things work with this person, it's just gonna bring me down in the long run. The more you practice self-love and get used to doing things for yourself, whether it be something as simple but revolutionary as going out to dinner by yourself. Like some people literally act like that is something that they'll never do, and it's like, why? Like, are you not comfortable with it just being you? Get comfortable with it just being you. I mean, we came into this world alone, we gonna die alone. Like, I don't care who you encounter in between that time period, but it's gonna end with just you. I would much rather be content within myself, because when I am content within, nothing outside of myself can ruin my day. Like, this is all up to me. A tip would be to just get started, because I mean, once you get started, it's like, I mean, the hardest part is over. The part that you were procrastinating is over, you know? So just start that shit, man. It's different for everybody. Your healing process may take a year, somebody else's may take a month, but it's yours. And it's the time that you put into yourself that really matters the most, because it kind of proves that you love yourself. You know, you love yourself enough to do these difficult things. Yeah. What's the biggest revelation you've had while you're high? The biggest revelation definitely was during camping trip. I'm really starting to suspect that I actually had an ego death while I was out there, because when I looked around at everybody in this trippy forest and, you know, camping and doing whatever, you know, I just noticed we're all one. Like, I had never felt so equal to not just other people around me, but like the animals, the bugs. After that, I just kind of was like, you know, as Mari be saying, everybody is living this exact same vivid experience. Like, there's no way I can look at somebody and be like, it's stupid for you to cry over breaking a pencil, where I wouldn't think that that's something worth crying over. Like, who am I to minimize their feelings or their reactions? We're all living a very vivid experience, and everybody is worthy of their feelings and emotions. I really feel like we're all one. We're just what's the word I'm looking for? We're just differentiated by our ego. That was a huge revelation I had when I was high, because ever since I've just looked at everything very, very differently. Did you ever find out who your harasser was? If so, how? So this person is actually referring to this video that I posted on my channel a year or two ago. It was about somebody was actually bullying me in at North Carolina A&T. Well, during my time there. I don't know if it was somebody from A&T or if it was somebody from back home. Either way, watch the video, because it's a crazy encounter. It's a lot to that story. But to answer your question, no, I never found out who was harassing me. I actually got catfish involved. They called me back, asked for more information. I'm still hoping that they reach out to me, because how great of a catfish episode would that be? It's gonna come to light though. The universe is hilarious. The divine is on it, okay? I'm gonna find out who it was, and it's gonna be so funny when I do. What's your inspiration to keep you thriving? I guess the passion is what keeps you thriving. And that's another thing, don't feel obligated to monetize off everything.
Exactly.
Because it's like, I know I do a lot of different things, but the more I think about it, the more older I get. Some of this shit I just want to do for fun. So what keeps me thriving definitely is the passion. And I just believe in myself. That's literally like the best thing that I could tell that I do be doing. One thing about me, I'm gonna manifest, nigga. I'm gonna believe, nigga. How has your spiritual journey been going so far? By the way, love your videos. Thank you. My spiritual journey has been great. On Monday, I had my last hypnotherapy session. In hypnotherapy, you're put into a deep meditative state, and you are able to confront things in your subconscious mind, because that's where the trance takes you. And you're not supposed to be doing it for a long time. It can last from 3 to 7 sessions, but I only did 4, and I didn't even know that my last session was gonna be my last session. And the thing with this therapy is that I felt like, you know when you're driving a Mario Kart and there's that one patch of road that's like the arrow and it's a little colorful and it speeds you up? That's what hypnotherapy felt like. Like, it felt like a cheat code. Like, oh, I can literally confront my demons much faster. Like, let's do it. So it was a really great experience. I would definitely recommend it, but only if you're the type of person that's like eager. Like, my hypnotherapist was actually like, I don't want to say amused, but she was very glad that I was very excited to do shit like, yeah, like, let's figure out why this abuse from this person in my childhood, how does it affect me today and what I can do to get over it. Like, she was like, you're really enthusiastic about this. Like, that's the only kind of way I would really recommend for people to look into it, because it is a very deep, it's a very deep thing. You're gonna find out things about yourself, and not even just about yourself, but about the people, your family, your friends, like the people that you've had yourself surrounded with your entire life. You're gonna discover things about them, and you need to be ready for it. So my spiritual journey has actually been going great. Future career, I'll forever be writing poetry. Like, or not even just poetry, but writing in general. Like, I want to release novels and stuff like that. So I definitely know that that's going to be one of the careers that I do. I do a ton of things, so I can't really tell you what exactly I'll be doing in the future. But it will be very creative. I can guarantee you that it'll be hella creative. Are you dating right now? Yes, I guess. Like, what is your definition of dating? Because some people be like, all right, that's girlfriend, that's we just talking, like, we kicking it, we're cool. I don't really like labels. I'm not really eager to meet somebody and put a label on it. I just want to chill. I'm very open to somebody approaching me, because it has been a lonely mating season, okay? Like, let's just get straight to the point, nigga. It has been lonely, but I was also on my spiritual journey too, so it needed to be lonely, but still, like, universe, okay, all right, I got this nice ass crib, no bitches, like, but yeah, like, I would like to meet somebody and like kick it and shit like that. Like, do cool stuff, go on dates, travel. How did you get the courage to become independent from your parents? That's interesting. So my mom actually is mad chill. Like, she's the type of mom that you'll meet her once and then you'll start calling her mom. So that's what all my friends have done. And she's the one that I grew up with. Like, my dad, like, he was there and when he was there, he was a pain in my ass. So like, there's that. I feel like when it comes to that relationship, it was more of a mental independence, emotional independence, because although he wasn't really there physically, he still kind of had like this like mentally draining weight, I guess it felt like, that I was carrying from that. So the way that I got away from that and healed from it was, of course, through my spiritual journey. And then when it comes to my mom, like I said, she was mad chill. So I didn't really have a hard time being independent in a sense. Like, I feel like my journey was way easier than a lot of other people's, especially, you know, when people tell me their parents might be homophobic or overly religious or stuff like that. Like, I didn't have to deal with those burdens, but there were some aspects where I just didn't feel like I was believed in enough. Like, what I wanted to do was so out of the norm that like it didn't really, like, I always needed a plan B. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it with like all of me. So there were a few times like that where I was just like, okay, well damn, like everybody's telling me I should do this and go this traditional route, stay in school, graduate, but I always knew that that wasn't really meant for me. So doing that and taking that leap was something different, but it became easier the more secure I became within. And I just started to not seek self-validation, but know that I had it. So I don't really need external validation for a lot of any of my decisions, actually. How do you live life not caring what others think of you? I talk about this in my I started to like myself and it changed my life video. You guys should definitely check that out. Definitely check that out, because I go very much in detail about to answer this question. But to make it short, basically my entire life people have pressed their opinions of me onto me without even knowing who I was in the first place. Overcoming that was one of the most transformational experiences, but something that I also realized was that while everybody else pushed their opinions of me onto me and didn't know who I was in the first place, my reaction to that, or my coping mechanism to that, was doing everything that they, like, if somebody told me I had a bad attitude, you damn right I got a bad attitude. It was a sense of rebellion. Like, that's why I dressed the way I did. I acted the way I did. I became the person, very, very extroverted person that I was. But it was all a source of rebellion. It's very interesting for me to look back on it, because you know how self-aware you have to be to even notice something like that about yourself. People always treated me like I was famous. Like, even in middle school, like, people would be like, oh my god, I wrote your name on a poster and put it up in my wall, like I'm your #1 fan. I was making music back then. I was on the beat there. It's crazy how this also affects me, because in some ways I didn't even see it in myself. I just felt like I didn't even realize how made for this shit I actually was. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a really detailed question, and I would just really recommend you go watch that video, because I feel like I talk about it greatly. I'm also gonna be starting a podcast, and I'll talk about stuff like that again as well. What crystals do you recommend for a newbie? I love you, by the way, and grateful I found you. Oh, thank you. So crystals, of course, actually no, forget that. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you go get amethyst, go get rose quartz, you know, clear quartz, you know, the ones you hear about all the time. I'm not gonna tell you that. What I'm gonna tell you is to go to a crystal shop, look at the crystals, and literally pick the ones that call out to you. It could be something as abstract as like Jasper Dalmatian that calls to you. That's the best, most personal way to get connected with your crystals. Especially somebody might need something to help them love themselves, whereas you might need something to give you strength in a time of need. So do it like that. That's literally the best advice, because I resonate more with crystals that a lot of people in like mainstream spirituality don't really talk about. Do you go by Ren or Trinity? I go by Trinity now. Honestly, I talk about it a little more in this video right here. It is taking a little bit getting used to, because I was going by Ren for so long that I just like, no one really called me Trinity like at all. So I feel like it is sort of reclaimed in a sense, because Trinity is actually my real name. A lot of people were like, where did you get Ren? But if you spell Trinity, it's Trinity. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I don't know. It's like time doesn't even exist. 10 years, like I'll be 30, but will I be 30? I don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing in 10 years. So that's the fun part too. Like I don't have to know, like, you know, I don't have to know at all. I'll just trust that wherever I'm meant to be, I'll be there. So those are all the questions you guys have for me. I really liked answering those. I am thinking about starting a spam account. Just talk to you guys more, get to know y'all and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what to name it. Actually, I think you guys should name it. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. You guys tell me what the name of my spam account should be, and I'll probably like pin it or highlight it, however you do that, in the comment section down below, so y'all can go follow it. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what the name should be, how you guys like this video, etc. I hope you really enjoyed. So comment, like, subscribe, same as always, and you guys will see me in the next video.